In today's episode, Ashley asks, what's one thing not on your LinkedIn profile that you want people to know about you? That's an interesting question. There isn't much that isn't already on there other than the random hobbies, like, for example, cooking, or that I'm a terrible singer, or that I practice the martial arts. Which, by the way, if you want to hear a really in-depth look at some of these things, I talked about a lot of this in episode 1 of the Punching Out podcast, which you can find on iTunes and Google Podcasts. Carrie O'Shea Gorgon and Katie Robert did a whole season of interviews with people in the marketing space about everything except marketing. So it's like all the hobbies, the music, the stuff that people like, the the after work kinds of things. Like if you were just sitting around having dinner with somebody, these are the kinds of things you'd find out. So check that out. But I think the question is to make a fun question not fun, which is something I do. The way LinkedIn's algorithm works is it takes a look at who your connections are, who their connections are, first, second, and third degree connections, and the text that is on your profile, the text is on their profiles, and so on and so forth, and turns those into what are called vectors, mathematical representations of those profiles. And then there is the content that you post when you share posts and updates on LinkedIn. All of this goes into a type of networking database called a graph network. I was listening to a bunch of episodes of This Week in Machine Learning and AI, which is another great podcast. If you want to get super, super technical, this is the show to listen to. It is for the folks who are building machine learning. But one of the things that was interesting is that they've now had, I think, 3 or 4 different people from LinkedIn on the show who explain in great detail how different aspects of the LinkedIn algorithm work. LinkedIn is the only social network that has gone on record saying, here's how our technology works on the back end, which has been terrific for technical marketers like me to say, oh, okay, so here's the things I need to do in order to make my LinkedIn profile more findable, to understand the algorithm in more depth, to understand how people are seeing my content. And so that vectorization of your text that you create, that you share, is used in matching algorithms, is used in prediction algorithms for LinkedIn to say, who should I show your content to? Right? So if I put up a blog post on LinkedIn, or a link or a video or something, and it's about my cooking hobby, for example, LinkedIn will look at my network and will look at the people within my network and will show that content selectively to people for where there is a topical match of sorts, where it predicts, hey, Katie is also interested in cooking and she might find benefit from this post on LinkedIn. Whereas Chris has never expressed any interest in, and his network has never expressed any interest in cooking, so let's not show this content to Chris. And Tom only posts a little bit like cooking, so maybe we'll show Tom one test post to see what happens, see if he engages with it. In another episode, Romero Rosales, who's the head of LinkedIn's AI group, said that they do what's called, the technical term is multi-parameter optimization. And that means that LinkedIn's optimizing for many different objectives, one of which is complaints. Dr. Rosales was saying this is a metric that they look at to make sure that they're delivering a high-quality experience, which is really cool, which also means that if the algorithm shows something that is so out of touch, so out of tune with what somebody wants, they might actually complain about it. It's like, why am I seeing this? Like, hide this post, or block this person. Those are forms of complaints. And so when it comes to what you put on LinkedIn, when it comes to what you want to share, what you want to talk about, what other content, other people's content you share, who you tag, all of that matters, because all of that is part of the graph algorithm. It's part of getting your content in front of as many relevant people as possible. So give real thought to what's in your LinkedIn profile. What do you want to be found for? That means not just one-line job descriptions, but having keywords and phrases and ideas in your LinkedIn profile, in your job descriptions, in your testimonials, your recommendations, what you are endorsed for. So those endorsements that seem a little very trivial are topic indicators. We can go on a whole other time about hierarchies and ontologies and stuff within those topic indicators, but the endorsements do matter for helping your content get shown to other people. Because if somebody says Chris Penn knows about machine learning, and I post about machine learning, and somebody else has an interest in machine learning, there's a much greater predictive strength to that. Of hey, I'm going to show Chris's machine learning post, of which he's an authority about machine learning, to somebody who's interested in machine learning, who's posted about it but may not have it in their profile, and see if they engage with it. When you look at the stuff that you can add to your LinkedIn profile, like your testimonials, like your blog posts, what you publish on the publishing platform, when you post up a new post, all of that is relevant. All of that helps the graph network decide how to make connections and predictions about connections. In the people you may know section, there's a whole set of algorithms about how is your profile featured in people you may know. It's not a monolithic algorithm. It is based on all of these different factors. So yes, some of my hobbies and things are not in my LinkedIn profile. Why? Because I'm trying to optimize it to work with LinkedIn's algorithm as best as possible. Obviously staying within the terms of service, but being focused on, because it is a professional network, the things that other people are looking for. Think of it as all this content that we share as like SEO for LinkedIn in a way, because LinkedIn is a search engine for people. Instead of what, you're looking for who. So a very long, not at all what was intended answer to the question that Ashley had about what's not on my LinkedIn profile. I do a lot of cooking. I enjoy the science of cooking. I enjoy the science of making social networks work for us. And I hope some of these tips help you make your LinkedIn profile and the activities you perform on LinkedIn more valuable. As always, please subscribe to the YouTube channel and the newsletter. I'll talk to you soon.
Want help solving your company's data, analytics, and digital marketing problems? Visit trustinsights.ai today and let us know how we can help you.